Welcome to TPD. This is Raj Gupta, faculty of the Social Studies in the TPD. I am bringing to you the first lecture about the Social Studies of Class 8. So let's begin. For I will explain that every topic. Okay. So let's begin. This video is basically about the syllabus of the class 8 Social Studies syllabus. Here is the first book which known as the Resources Geography book. Its title is the Resources in the Development. This is the geography book, and this is cover book, cover page you can see. In this book, basically there are the six chapter. First chapter is about the resources. We will in this video basically have to learn about the what are the resources, type of the resources, in power is important, and how we can conserve these resources. In the second chapter, land, soil, water, nature, vegetation, and the wildlife resources, we will learn about the land mass, continents, oceans, and etc. types of the soil found in the India, and the water conservation resources like Indian drainage system, about the oceans, about the lakes, etc. And further, in the next topic, we will see about the wildlife resources found in the India in the forest, different type of forest. Third chapter is about minerals and the power sources. Basically, minerals are what those substances is found underground the earth surface, and how to extract those minerals and get it back in the use for the making the different type of the natural resources and the energy resources, and like the power resources like to generate the electricity. Fourth chapter is about the agriculture. We will learn about how to do agriculture and what are the basic mm, techniques to do agriculture in India, and we will compare also the techniques used by the American farmers and the Indian farmers. In the fifth chapter, we will learn about the industry, type of the industry on the different basis. Sixth chapter is about the human resource. Human is also basically a resource uh, by in we how we can make human resources. There are the two ways: implementing or uh, investing in the education and the health facility. We can make any human as a resource. This is the next slide. This is the history textbook. This is basically history textbook for class 8, our past third. This history book series is part 1 we read in the class 6, part 2 we read in the class 7, and here is the part 3rd. This is basically about the modern Indian history, which is related to the Britishers. The classic history textbook is basically related to the ancient history of the India, and the class 7 history textbook is basically about the medieval history, which is related to the Muslim rulers and the invaders. Okay, so in this history textbook, what topics we have to learn or the read? Let's see. This is the sorry. Here is the leads list. Basically, here is the list of the chapters we have to cover in this book. Um, first chapter is how, when, and where. Means we are going to deal about history. So how any incidents happens, where happens, and what are the causes behind it, what are the aftermath of any event, basically, and where this information we get in 2 days in the present about the past scenario. Basically, this is chapter about those resources from where the historians get the knowledge and note down in your notebooks. Second chapter is about the as we know the Britishers came into India like a company known as the East India Company. So in the second chapter we will see the how they come to the India for the trading purpose, and they become the powerful in India. Then we will see the in the third chapter is ruling countryside. In the third chapter we will learn about the situation of the farmers, herders, iron smelters, and how they were living residing the outside the village or in the city. Chapter 4 is about the tribals community. Tribal community, as you know, they live in the forest area. So when the British arrive in the India, they when come to the when they come into the power, they change the forest law, and by the changing the forest law, many tribals community get scared about that. So their story of them we will learn in the chapter number 4. Chapter 5 is about the 1857 revolt. Basically, when the Britishers were changing the so many laws and imposing the so many higher taxes on the Indians, so they united against the Britishers to fought against them. So this is basically about that. Again, chapter 6 is about the weavers, the dwellers, city dwellers, and the small businessmen. Chapter 7 is about civilizing the native functioning nation. Means Britishers were needed to so many workers in their offices, so they wanted to introduce the English education in India. So this is chapter is basically about the to educating the Indians. Chapter 8 is about the women caste and the reforms. Basically, in India, there was so many circumstances in which the women were not treated equally as the men's. Like there was some bad practices like sati pratha, remarriage of the widows, etc., etc. So we in this chapter we will see what were those practices, bad practices, and how what was the reaction of the Indian reformers at that time. Chapter 9 is about the making the national movement. We will learn about this the national movement. National movement, as you can say, when the Indians united to bring freedom in their country. So this is about the national movement. And chapter is 10 about the Indian after independence. Basically, we were got the independence in the 1947, and after that what happened we will see in this chapter. This is the second book, social and the political life. You can say this is the political science book. Political science means every political science. This is a book for the political science. This is a book is basically for what any country runs under the some rules of set up the rules which is known as the constitution. So what are the Indian constitution? This is about the first chapter. We will learn the different aspects of the constitutions. Then we will learn about the understanding secularism. What is the secularism? Then third chapter is about the why need a parliament, why do we need parliament. Then fourth chapter will be about the understanding law, different kinds of law which made by the parliaments. Then we will learn about the judiciary, higher judiciary, lower judiciary, middle judiciary. Then we will in next chapter we'll understand the our criminal justice system. Then after marginalization, then confronting marginalization, then public facility means education system, health system, and the law and the social justice law. Different type law there are in the country, and how they provide us the social justice, like who are the SC community, the means marginalized community. We do not get access of the different facility which is government which is provided by the government. So they are basically not getting those facility and practices. So we will learn about them. Okay, these are the three books in your syllabus, and this is the two slides when we will discuss about in the political science about the constitution. So what is the constitution basically about? Constitution, what say, what is the meaning, what is the main purpose of the constitution? It is so we can see in the preamble. This is our the Constitution of India preamble. What is basically constitution is about? Here we can see. So you have to learn this minimum 4 to 5 times and have to rewrite on a notebook. This is now the national anthem. This national anthem first was wrote in Bangla language by the Rabindranath Tagore, and there further after it translated into the Hindi language and insert in our Indian Constitution on 24 Jan 1950s. And here are the next slide, very slide. Our constitution provided the some rights which known as the fundamental rights. There are the six rights: rights to equality, rights to freedom, rights against exploitation, rights to the freedom of the religious, cultural, and the educational rights, rights to the constitutional remedies. This is given in the constitution. We will learn so deeply about this in the next lectures. And here is the fundamental duty. Same time, when our constitution gives us so many rights, they also expect us we have some duties regarding them. This duty is known as fundamental duty. Total duties are here 11. Kindly pause the video and read the all. In the next slides or the next lectures, we will learn about this very thoroughly. Okay. Thank you. God bless you all.